Hey guys, this is Red Dragon and May. Yes! Ah! At long last, I have finally witnessed the awesomeness that is the MLP movie. After all the videos I've done and the other videos I should have been doing about the trailer and the celeb voices, the other stuff, we finally get ponies the way it was intended to be on the big screen. Okay, so before I get started, I've never had to do this before, but this one I've never had to do this before, but it's gonna have some spoilers, so you might want to just like either one or two things. You're either gonna want to not watch this till later, and we can compare notes if we're in class or something. We're in Bronyism 101, but you can either not. This does contain spoilers. On all seriousness, this does have spoilers because I am bad at it. Because I got to try to get all the points out. That's just who I am as a person. So I have to tell you everything. So I really, really, really want to tell you everything about this movie. It's so much fun. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. But there will be more I will get to tell you. Right about okay, so the movie starts out, of course, Twilight, she's almost about to go to lesson 0 Twilight, because she's freaking out because she got the Friendship Festival. It's the very first Friendship Festival held in Camelot. And so she has a big idea to tell Luna, Celeste, and Cadence. So, because they've got the big pop star songbird Serenade, who's voiced by Sia. She has a specific way to get the sun and the moon rays at the same time. Well, Cadence uses her crystal magic to make a really cool light show. And low key, Celeste just says, "No man, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that." And Twilight's like, "Oh well, can't blame me for trying." But she's freaking out about how she wants it to be absolutely awesome because it's the first one she's ever had. She don't want to let anybody down, and so, of course, like as per usual, the main six always they're gonna tell her, "Yeah, we got this." No. This songs are too catchy. We'll go crazy. But okay, so just as soon as they get all prepped, Twilight gets in the right state of mind. Storytellers show up, and then the storytellers show up. There's Tempest, there's Grubber, there's Storm Guards, there's craziness. And the first thing I witnessed, I mean, all the princesses got turned to stone. Cadence, Luna, Celestia, they all got turned to stone. Twilight was next, but she managed it because like Tempest had like these little orbs that remind me of the Green Goblin pumpkin bombs, except instead of blowing people up, they you get turned to stone. It's like, out am I? Yeah. Ah! But but yes, Luna, Celestia, and Cadence, they all get all get turned to stone. Twilight was gonna get turned to stone, but Derpy took up place. But ended up taking up place. It was like, wait, what? That was insane. It's like, oh, poor Derpy. She did it out of respect. The main six end up getting out of there just in the nick of time, but they all get kind of sunk to the outskirts of Camelot, and it's like but Twilight's like, wait a minute. It's like we need to stop this chick, like, because before she's like do some serious damage because you're talking about the Storm King now, and now we gotta go to the queen to find the queen of the hippos. Well, because she says this because just before Celestia was encased in stone, she was trying to tell Luna to go south to find the queen of the hippos. We'll get to that later. For anyone who saw the movie, remember, this has spoilers. So they end up going to another town where everybody, it's kind of like off the Force Awakens. It actually does remind me that the place where Rey was at from Force Awakens, where she had to be a scavenger to trade it for stuff. It kind of did in that sense because there was like all these cages and everybody's trading and selling and trying to steal stuff from people, and they all felt, and all the main things felt so out of place. Like, but they all were getting kind of harassed a punch until Capper, where the cat dude shows up. He's voiced by Taye Diggs. Remember, he's in quite a bit of stuff, but he kind of makes everybody who's trying to harass the main six kind of get lost. And he's like, "Hey now, y'all need a homie to help y'all navigate through these parts, cause they trying to kill y'all. They're trying to kill y'all, steal from y'all, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna need somebody. Hey, but if you want to try to do something, you want to do by yourself, I'm not gonna stop you. Me, you brave, you strong. Just saying." But they end up trusting him because he's so damn charming. He'll have you smiling before he steals your possessions. That's kind of what he ends up doing. He ends up getting all the main six. Like, he ends up kind of putting in a word and say like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell these homies. I'm gonna sell these chicks and this dragon." It's like, it has, but it's like, oh my god. And it makes it even worse because he does this right after Rarity does something nice for him, for then him doing something nice for them. It's like, ah. But it's kind of short-lived because Tempest ends up finding them. Tempest and Grover and the Storm Guards end up finding her, and it's like she's ready to fight. But like, actually, yeah, Tempest is a very good villain. She's a fantastic villain. I really like her. I really liked her like that. It's just like, but I'm gonna get to her in a little bit. But yeah, she don't play. But she really don't play in this. It's like, yeah, she's like, because it's like the scene where it's like, this is, I think it's like a mole dude. Who's looking at the main six. They get ready to get sold, and then it's like, wait, no. She ends up shocking him. It's like, man, she does some crazy stuff in this. It's like kind of takes it just a step further in terms of villains. Next thing's next. They end up going on a boat. And they go, well, not a boat, but an airship. Because after what happened, they had managed to get that on a giant windmill blade. They end up getting they end up finding themselves on a giant airship with UPS birds and Captain Solano. They've been converted to UPS birds. What can storms do for you? But it's crazy. Because they literally are UPS birds because they're just basically hauling off Storm King merch. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. But they kept tugging to Captain Solano, but they were this close to getting thrown overboard until it was lunchtime. So they end up kind of like, we'll do it after. We'll do it after lunch. It's Taco Tuesday. But it's like they kind of are talking and like, and then Rainbow speaks up, like, "Hey, were y'all always UPS birds?" And Captain was like, "Nah, homie, I was Gamora on Guardians of the Galaxy." Okay, that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. Ah! But nah, I'm just joking. But Captain Solano says that, yeah, her and her homies, they used to be just straight up pirates. They're just like these amazing, swashbuckling, awesome adventure pirates. This is like do whatever the heck they want to do. And Rainbow's like, that's pretty legit. Why don't you do it again? So it's like, well, we just do whatever the Storm King tells us to do, and then Rainbow kind of gets into, hey, don't be loyal to yourself, and just be loyal to you, not to some jerk that's trying to tell you how to live your life. Be your pirate selves again. Swashbuckle, king of the pirates, give top of the world, mama. So eventually, yeah, they kind of like, you know what? Yeah! So they end up donning their pirate gear once again. But here's the thing, though. Way back behind them, Capper had kind of made a diversion because he was like, he kind of remembered that nice thing that Rarity did for him by fixing his code. So he kind of made a detour for Tempest and Grubber to go a different direction while he was hoping that they would get the help of the main six would go out and escape. Rainbow kind of messed it up because she got really into it and did a sonic rainbow over and over, and it's made it swirls around the airship. Which, by the way, that airship looks pretty cool. And so they turn around, they go back around. Tempest goes straight to the airship, and but just before she's like, I'm gonna count to three. I don't see some pastel colored ponies who make amazing toys. We're gonna have a problem. But it was too late because the main six had already left the airship from the bottom. And Twilight had ended up making her hot air balloon. But just with Storm King's face, like immediately I'm thinking, hey, she got the idea from a hot air balloon. Hey, references. Kind of. I totally left that apart. The reason why is because they needed to go to Mount Eris, which is where the Queen of the Hippos was supposed to be. They had found a map at Capper's place, but they ended up being like, but Twilight had ended up leaving the map when she went to after they had dropped from Captain Solano's airship, but eventually they come across the main place of Mount Eris. It's completely deserted. It's pretty much a barren wasteland. But they kind of find out that there's more under the city, and they end up finding Princess Skystar and then eventually meeting Queen Novo, and then they get turned into sea ponies. It's like it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. They have really cool designs for them with sea ponies, and they totally are Funko Pops now, which I am so going to get the first chance I get. but the thing is, Twilight's very interested because they have this pearl that Queen Novo uses to give them the ability to go back and forth from hippogriffs to ponies, because hippogriff, like Silver Quill, was a roasted chicken. But he's there's a lot more because like Twilight was, like I said, like Twilight was super duper interested in the pearl, and he's like, okay, that could actually work against the Storm King. We could actually beat him with that kind of power. And then Queen Novo was like, no. In fact, the reason why we came down here is because the Storm King wanted to get our powers too. So we had to hide so where he couldn't catch us. So, thus, we became a beautiful sea pony. But, so, and then there's Princess Skystar. She's super duper excited. You just want to give her a great big hug, and she's like, we can make all kinds of cool stuff. We can make seashell. We can make seashell sea phones. Seashell. But she makes all kinds of stuff with shells. Yeah, Shelly and Sheldon. But it's like, oh, she's so cute. But because like Queen Nova's like, no, we can't help you. We focus on us, not everybody else out there. But it's like, but eventually it's like Twilight convinces Pinkie and the others to kind of like, hey, why don't you go and hang out with Princess Princess Skystar for a bit, show your moves, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? And Pinkie's like, heck yeah. So they kind of do it up, Pinkie Pie style. Obviously, that's the best one. I'm just joking. No, they do it up, Pinkie Pie style. Hashtag private Pinkie. uh, but uh, but then eventually it's like they kind of the alarms get set off because they go back and Twilight's trying to steal the pearl. That part surprised me. Like Twilight, back girl, back it. But as soon as like Queen Nova's like, y'all get out. It was basically just like sort of on Power Rangers when Billy was the only one to morph. It's like, can you morph? It's like, no, then get out. But Queen Nova ends up taking away the powers, and the main six end up having to go back on shore. Pinkie ends up calling out Twilight on what she did. It's like, hey, now, what you did was basically us getting a distraction so you could get the pearl. And here's the thing, Twilight was in the wrong. Twilight was in the wrong, but she's also stressed out about what's going on. So Pinkie was right to call her out, and Pinkie's in the wrong too, not really understanding where that stressed out, or the reason why Twilight acted so desperate to get the pearl, because she was just so stressed out about what's going on. I mean, her mentors were encased in stone. Her family and other friends and loved ones were encased in stone, either encased in stone, caged up, or enslaved. Everything's going amok, and they're not really getting any progress. And so, like, yeah, but you can see where both of them are coming from, and I really like that scene right there. That's a very good scene, even though it's meant to be heartfelt and kind of really serious. Because Twilight is like, well, maybe I would have gotten somewhere if I just didn't have y'all weighing me down. My God. So the rest of the main six is sad. Twilight and Spike are the only two left, and Twilight's bummed out too. But it don't last long because she gets snatched up. Spike gets away. It's Tempest because they ended up following the main six straight to Mount Eris, and then they just basically just caught up with them. Twilight's been captured, taken straight to the Storm King, but not before Tempest has had the time to rub it in. And the thing is like it kind of gives you the gist of Tempest's backstory, but it's elaborated more in her in the prequel comics from IDW. Of course, a great read. I totally recommend it. It talks about how when she was little, she lived a fairly normal life until one day when playing ball with her friends, the ball rolled to a cave. She goes to get it, and she gets clawed in the face by Ursa. That's how she got the scar on her eye, and that's how her horn got broken. But I'm pretty sure there's more in the prequel comic, and I definitely recommend that. I definitely recommend that you check that out because those are really good. Twilight finally gets taken to the Storm King. Her powers get drained. On that note, but back with Spike and the rest of the main six, Spike tells the rest of the main six that Twilight's been captured and it's about to go down for real. But just as that happens, Capper shows up. Princess Skystar shows up in her true form as a hippogriff, and Captain Solano and her crew show up. So there's so they all devise a plan to try to go straight back to Camelot to go save Twilight, but it's kind of too late because the Storm King's already absorbed Twilight and the other princesses' magic. And pretty much he becomes able to. He does pretty much what Tyrick did. It's kind of what Tyrick did on season 4 at the end of season 4. But he was able to kind of move the sun and the moon. He was moved the sun and the moon and create a very violent storm. And he was ready to take over the world until, of course, Of course, everybody shows up. They fight out the storm guards. And then and then and then I mean, it's kind of the thing that happens with the Storm King pretty much double crossing Tempest, and then it's like, get your horn, homie. I got the power now. I ain't. That's kind of what I do. Double cross folks. I can Storm King. But but then Twilight goes after him. Twilight goes after him because like they go with the staff. Because then there's the staff and there's Tempest. She says Tempest, and then they go after the staff. Twilight and the Storm King are sucked out into this giant storm that he created, and Twilight, they're both sucked up. And you think Twilight's dead, but of course she comes back. The Storm King shows up. He's got one last of those Green Goblin storm bomb thingies. He throws it. Tempest jumps up, knocks up. She gets turned to stone. The Storm King gets turned to stone, but the Storm King gets smashed to pieces because Twilight didn't catch him. She called Tempest, and she brought. But then after that, they fix everything. Tempest is freed. The princesses are freed. Everybody's freed, and they continue with the Friendship Festival. And then this is a really good song by Sia, Red Rainbow. It's really good. Yeah, it's just really, really good. Really, really good. It's really, 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 really good. And of course, and then at the end, Tempest is about to leave, and Twilight's like, "Hey, why don't you keep with us for a while? You know what I mean?" And it's like, and then of course, Tempest ends up saying her real name, which is Fizzle Pop Berry Twist. And that is a pretty cool name. Like it's like it's kind of like she came from like a family of of a soda company or something. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think that's a very MLP-esque name. Heck, Tempest is a pretty MLP like name too. So yeah, and that's pretty much the whole movie. As much as I possibly can. I absolutely loved a lot of stuff in this movie. Just absolutely loved. I mean, because of the new look that they had with the Toon Boom Studio, yeah, that's one thing they were doing, and it looked awesome. It looked amazing. It's like it made the effort to make it distinctly different from the show. Uh, they had I mean, all the celeb voices did a great job. I particularly like Princess Skystar because she's so bouncy. Because she was just so bouncy. She clicked so well with Pinkie. I liked Capra because again he was so dadgum charming. I like Cap Solano. I particularly like the Storm King because he reminded me of Discord before he became a good guy. Like because I love those type of villains that they're ready to destroy you, but they got some quips in there too. They can sprinkle some quips in there too and some silly humor, and it's awesome. There's just pretty much it's great. Who else? I mean, you just gotta love it. I mean, of course, the music was awesome. It's on a bigger scale now. Blah 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 blah. And Sia, Songbird Serenade, she's my guilty pleasure. But then there's also how many pop stars are there in Equestria? Because now you got Countess Coloratura, you got Sapphire Shores, and now there's another Songbird Serenade, and now it has to be a trifecta of craziness. What about DJ Pone 3? She don't. What about DJ Pone 3? You just gotta have her do some stuff for you too. You can't leave her out. But then there's always I mean, I absolutely loved it. Of course, all the main six always do a spectacular job. There's actually one scene that there's when they're doing like the big fight to kind of go back to kind of catch the Storm King where he's got the magic, and then one of the Storm Guards is about to attack Fluttershy, And then Fluttershy just looks at him and says, "You seen tits? Want to talk about it?" And then it just automatically in my brain it clicked. Oh my God, it's Dr. Wolfe. It's like, you've been learning from Dr. Wolfe, haven't you? Yeah. It's like, yes. It's like, oh my God, because that's such a Dr. Wolfe thing to do. Is like, you see tits, we'll talk about it. He's ready to listen to you. And like that scene it just made it even better. The fact that, and then there was this just sitting there crying, it's like, and then the raisin goes like, "Hey, brother, we gotta go." It's like, "We'll talk later." It's like, and I was just expecting her to go, "It's good to be happy," because that scene was just so good. It was so perfect, and then. But I absolutely loved it, and it's just the whole time I was just smiling from ear to ear because it's like, yeah, I get to see photos on the big screen, and I did get some weird looks when I went into the theater. I didn't care. I still enjoyed myself anyway. It's like, you guys you want to watch? And then she just kept making all these weird jokes at my expense. There was a couple people in there, and it's like they were being kind of rude to me, and I really don't appreciate when folks get kind of rude because, like, no, like, you can't do those things. No, you shouldn't do those things, especially when people just going to check out movies and they're just like making rude comments about. I'll probably get into it another time, but all in all, I absolutely enjoyed the movie from start to finish, and it's just like overall, from start to finish, loved the characters, loved it all, and and I love how MLP they start doing more world building, like especially with the movie, and especially what they've been doing with the show, and they kind of take that and expand more, and like what else is out there, and I particularly like it, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of more kind of world building they're gonna do on season 8. Because I feel like they're gonna bring it back, and they're gonna do some more. They're gonna do a lot more with those places, like Mount Eris, like Flugetown, like the airship with Captain Solano, like a lot more places like that. I really would like to see them do more with these new places that they made, and not just be like this, like, oh, we just did this one thing. But again, as I said before, I'll say it again: trust the writers. Tell me what you thought of MLP the movie, and who was your favorite character out of the celeb voice characters. And that being said, it's been fun, real, but I gotta go. These oobies are good, delicious. It's good to be here. That was just a good scene. That stood out to me as much as the scene with Pinkie and Twilight arguing, and it was, oh my God, because it just reminds me of Dr. Wolfe. Ah,